Do something. Create this coalition. And then go to that public school. In doing that, it is a form of adopting the school. Real action is to adopt the public school system and to totally be determined to follow through on the behalf of the children that are trapped in that public school system. For in those children lie the golden nuggets of our economic development. The apostle in the marketplace is the person who will understand that the measure of grace that we have been given is the same measure that we are expected to give. There's nothing about your greatness that can ever be called greatness until, as an individual, you very well occupy the most important office in a democracy. And that most important office does not require anyone voting for you. It is called the office of the citizen. To the extent that you are a citizen of this country, you have an office of the citizen that you occupy. The office of the citizen can determine how well the democracy performs. It's even better when the office of the citizen connects with other offices of the citizen to create a counterbalance against predatory elite of the kind that we find ourselves held hostage by. Ladies and gentlemen, real action for education is a low-hanging fruit. Whereas it is a low-hanging fruit, meaning that it is something that you can do something about right now. One thing that you can do about it right now is that as you go back to your homes, rather than just drive your beautiful vehicle and pass that public school that you never gave a second look to, perhaps today is a good day to stop and actually enter that school. When we did the Adopt a School program and launched it as an important initiative to get the public to be interested in what was going on in the public school system, I was just so amazed at how some of the people and some of the organizations that rose up to the clarion call for it and come back many years after, and the joy of what they are doing just makes them feel like they haven't wasted their own lives. There is no greater joy than the joy of knowing that the joy of knowing that something you have done, which is an opportunity cost for you in one way or the other. But you know, big men and rich men like you, opportunity cost, you know, they do big. Well, for some of you, when you give your time, your talent, your treasure to a cause, it's a huge opportunity cost. But there is no greater joy than to know that that cost has created a capable individual. That capable individual will be the basis of your own greatness. God bless you.
There was rumor going around on the market that Professor Kenneth Onkadike was sighted in the market, and people began to close their stores to run to behold with their two eyes this professor called Onkadike. He says, if an army of professors were to march through the market today, nobody will notice that they were passing. How are we bringing new prestige to teaching?
A university like Howard University in Washington, D.C. As of, before I came back home to work in government in end of 2000, at that time, then I was at the Kennedy School. There were, in their faculty, there were 35 Nigerians. 35 Nigerians were professors of one field of learning or the other at Howard University, one university in Washington, D.C. And it used to be said that if the Nigerians all carried their bag and went home, Howard would have a place for a few sessions in order to What simply had happened was that the best of our faculty voted with their feet. The best of the faculty we used to have in Nigerian universities did two types of voting. They either voted to become the likes of Professor Sobudo outside of the school system, or they voted to stay in the school system but outside of the Nigerian territory. And then suddenly, instead of the first-class brains being the ones that held up the intergenerational radiation of knowledge in the school system, we began to go to what the Americans and so forth. You know? Our best brains in our university system, that's the best thing. Is that where they are? That's where they should be. Our best brains. Somebody like Oke should not be. Because he's a smarty. This guy is so smart, he's spoken smart. Yes, smart. They should, like growing the human capital. Well, are they there? So when, your friend says we used to be great in the past, he's saying the truth. You can't play a first-class game with a third-class team. How is that going to happen? It can't happen.
And it's no time that we started looking forward to how we can make the systems we have work, instead of calling for expensive national conferences that advise us to go back to old systems. Thank you.
The brilliance that you see amongst our young ones, it's part of what gives me that eternal hope. Now what we see right now is an aberration. The old Nigeria is just passing away. There's a new Nigeria that is completely delinked from the old Nigeria. And it is the Nigeria of the Chibundus and the Chimamandas and the likes of them. Somebody what's that girl's name? And then it's the new Nigeria of the callers there's this young man that is in agriculture and uses technology to do his agriculture. That's the new Nigeria. They are not, whether you like, Abuja can close down for all they care. They are using intellectual capital to create value.
Honorable ex-minister and people like Sister Alero, who have done a lot of work and have a lot of facts and figures, if they could put together something informative for the records that could actually be published, looking at required action from two perspectives. First is how the citizenry can play a part in effectively getting some action or results from the public sector, and then from where they themselves are. Something that when people pick, they'll get the facts, figures, analysis, and the benefit of the conclusions that you have reached, and can then work either independently with or collectively on. That would be something that would be very fundamental to making a difference for people to be able to run on their own?
The publication of a guidance note, as it were, that people could read, and then it would tell them the how-to. I think this is something that Incubator Africa should take on. You know, I think we've got the literature of a lot of what we've done. It's available. It's just to compile it into simple ABC of what you do if you care about a particular aspect of education. And then you take the idea and run with it.
What are some of the strategies you thought of then and even going forward to really make sure that the right people are in there? There's some people that even try to come in now and they're frustrated from coming in. Young people that are brilliant. There's some people that want to make money and teach. Adjunct professorship is frustrated. I mean, a lot of people know what I'm talking about. So what can we do to fix that niche?
The strategic idea for revamping teaching, we had quite a lot. Like when I asked about the Teachers Registration Council, one of the things that is teachers registration, one of the things we did through the reform was we're now going to establish it by act. So it will, and we were going to support it to emerge as a regulator of the profession, so that it would have the kind of stature that the Bar Association, Medical Association have. They don't have it. They can't say to a teacher, your pack, you ought not to be called a teacher. They can't, But if, there are certain provisions, and we did submit that as a consolidated reform bill that should have been passed. But of course, when we left, it left us. So the idea of that was to basically regulate the profession and to lay down the criteria that anybody entering the school system must have in order to qualify to teach. And then at the university level, you didn't need to do that kind of, draconian way of regulating who a lecturer is. All you simply needed to do was to grant autonomy, accountability, funding for results to the university system, and then free everybody to actually compete on the basis of the performance of their products. So if your product made that list of the 62% that were not doing anything 10 years after graduation, what would that say to anybody? That's not the university I should be sending my child to.
For a lot of us in the nation of Nigeria, English is not our first language. Secondly, maths is something that we seem not to be able to find the right teachers to teach. For my young child down there, who was talking about building a new Nigeria, yes, there's so many of our young people who want to build a new Nigeria, but there is an incredible barrier, which Dr. Cole mentioned at the last AIMP forum: finance. We cannot. These young people can do very little at the rate of 24% interest rates. What are the strategies that we can find to help our financial sector to understand that this country, without finance, without access to finance, as a young student in England, I could walk into my bank as a Nigerian, as a student, and say to them, I want to start this as a student, and they would give me the finance as a Nigerian. What is happening with our own financial sector?
There are barriers for building a new Nigeria. Of course, in life, there have to be barriers. I mean, there has to be barriers. Well, what's the basis for success if we don't scale through barriers? And the more exciting the future would be, the higher the barriers that are erected. And our business is to scale those barriers. And to figure out how to do it. Part of what worries me about the way Nigerians talk about access to finance is that they don't start with even the way the ideas are conceived. Every Nigerian wants to be a CEO of a tiny little operation. And yet, by bringing ideas together and pooling resources, your own first capital to build the idea just comes to you. But some will just simply say, it's me, I have to be the CEO of my idea. Well, that becomes difficult. Some of the domestic choices that we make, crowding out business, that is it. So clearly, one of the things that you must do is this idea of triggering your performance and then finding collaborators. Use as much as possible other people's resources that come together. Our banking sector, as of this date, doesn't yet get it, but you know what would happen? What would happen would be that 2 or 3 smart ones will get it, especially get it by virtue of these young ones that are emerging, because some of these young children that are emerging are going to rule the world of business. The banks that will understand that they can invest into the future by investing in the ideas and the brilliance of our young ones are the ones that will be the great banks of the future. Look, okay, you need the language that people will use in being global competitors. It's not just English anymore. We need to teach our children Mandarin. We need to teach them the skills, the language that they will use to negotiate their business. It's okay. If you want to be a local player, you must.
My question is about private sector. There's so many schools that are private schools, but they are not fit to be called private schools. You have schools that are private schools and they are pay as you learn. You come to school, you pay 20 naira a day. If you don't have 20 naira, you don't go to school that day. And they are private schools. How do we regulate private schools? Are we going to have mergers and acquisitions? Are we going to, what is going to happen in terms of private schools? Because some parents don't want to send their children to public schools, but you find out that the so-called private schools they're sending their children to they're no better than the public schools. So how do we make sure that the private schools are also regulated like the public schools?
The question on private schools takes me to the issue of quality assurance in education. By the time we were in education, the last time schools across the country had been inspected was like 20 years before I got to education. So we had no comprehensive data on what the state of the school system was in the country. So we launched a program called Operation Reach All Secondary Schools. And we designed it as a low-cost inspection that brought back a lot of the retired school teachers and principals, and we took them through an empowerment process with the knowledge of what to inspect. It's from that data that we would see some of those schools that were under the trees, and the ones where they couldn't tell whether it was this classroom or that room or the toilet, all kinds of things. So, and that data helped us enormously. That's how we got to know the number of public schools, secondary schools in the country nationwide, public schools, private schools, and the mix, and the ratios of teachers and the qualifications of the teachers. That's part of what aided the startup of our Nigerian National Education Management Information Management System. The whole private school system, at your level, you can already build a mechanism for monitoring what you're paying for. And then at the second level is the state monitoring system, quality assurance system that exists to support your process. How are you ensuring that you're actually doing what you should?
What has happened this afternoon is very, very significant. It's one of those days or afternoons that determines which way we're going to go in education. Whether we're going to be talking like this in another 8 years, or whether we'll have done something about what we've done. And I'll say this, one of the things I've done after working with Oby Ezekwesili at the federal level, and then coming out of that experience after another 5 years, 6 years without her. I was very convinced in my mind, in my heart, in my spirit, that the solution to transforming education in Nigeria lies with us, and not with the Federal Ministry of Education. They play an important role, but if you're going to wait for them to do it, then this afternoon will have been a wasted afternoon. Then we shouldn't have bothered to have a session like this. I hope I'm making myself clear. Another thing that came out of my experience is that we're not going to transform education working solely. I'm convinced about that. If we do not converge and collaborate, you're wasting your time, your effort, and your energy. So the analogy she used about being CEO of a small 50 naira or being 5% of 50,000 is real. You cannot, because the powers, the system, the educational system cannot shift on just you trying to push with your little finger. It's going to be an army that is out there that is determined to make a difference. This afternoon it's about raising that army. I'm convinced after listening to her. This place that you're sitting in, it didn't just happen because, oh, it would be nice to have the facility. No. It's called the Education Hub for a reason. The vision came because we need to have a catalyst center for transforming education in Nigeria. A place that educators, all of you can come in and not worry about space, and meet other people with like-minded ideas. Because of the going round, your idea. There's somebody else sat in my office on Friday, United for Education. He's gotten approval from Lagos State. He's piloting in 5 schools. So I'm wondering how many of you exist out there. And everybody will go to their own little school. They will do their own little thing. And when he went round, what was his survey? Hardly anybody is doing anything, but there are a lot of people on paper doing things, but not in the schools. It's time for us to converge, and it's time for us to collaborate. That's the call to action this afternoon. And unless we do it and pay the price, trust me, in 8 years' time we're going to still be here. Because it has taken 8 years. When she did the presentation she did at Nigerian Economic Summit, we saw it 8 years ago. She repeated the same thing. Nothing had changed. That was the power behind the presentation. And when we now talk about funding, that private sector education alliance that the NESG said, it must happen. Because we need to start funding education initiatives that will be the strategic levers that we need to transform education. Adopt a school is important. Something I'm realizing, curriculum reform is critical. But you know what, if you wait for any RDC, it's not going to happen. So we need to begin to look at our curriculum, enhance it with innovation and creativity, and put it online so that anybody can download. Instead of looking for the curriculum as if they're looking for a needle in a haystack. These are the changes that we're talking about. We need a new kind of teacher, a new cadre of teachers. How is it going to happen? If you sit here, and a call goes out, whether from AIMP or the education reform team, and you don't sign on to say, yes, I want to be part of it, then Mrs. Dr. Mrs. Ezekwesili should not have bothered to come this afternoon. That's all I'm going to say. We have the people, we have the vision, we have the initiatives, we have the place, online, physical. If we don't do something, when you reach the gates of heaven, God will hold you to this. I said, I gave you the work to do, and you packed around and did very little. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you.
One of the things that's probably about Minister Dr. Oby, I've known her for over 20 years. I've known her for many, many years. But there's something she said, and she always impresses me whenever I listen to her. One of her philosophies, whatever is worth doing is worth doing well, it's worth doing with passion. Nobody who came here today would say she lacked passion. Even though we may have just squeezed in or scraped by, when she showed up in full. She didn't say, since your own was an attachment, I will do it absent-mindedly. Let's give her another round of applause.
sons can cook like no man. You know, train our sons. It's exactly, you know, I mean, like my husband doesn't cook because he cooks. No, he simply looks at it as part of the process of having a real family.
Yes.
This whole thing about, you know, let the woman do the cooking, it's not part of an expression of having a family. There are days when it is, you know, when we were worshiping, our sons would just take over the kitchen and they would cook really good meal. Please, I beg of you, I enjoy being the wife of Pastor Chidi. Yes, because it's necessary, is that you must get your family vision right. When you don't operate on my vision, you can't, I mean, your vision has to converge with your family vision. You know, when you have a family vision, nobody loses, but nobody spends time thinking of themselves. You know, my own, mine. No, no, family vision. What has God brought us together, husband and wife, plus our children, to accomplish in life? Get a family vision, and it will be easy for to cook. Absolutely. And everybody would enjoy. And then I would cook, and everybody would enjoy. Would be eating like who does the cooking. It's a matter of, you know, who is available to serve. God bless you.
Just before we pray, I think the one challenge she put to us, which is going to form the basis of the prayer, and I want you to pray with passion, is like, you know, in the book of Isaiah, God was saying, who will go for us? You know, she's saying we need a sustained voice for education, and we need to be interested. And then she said something that AIMP is a platform to do. I took by the over 4 people. I like taking notes, but that's for my own consumption. I hope you do your notes. But I will say that this is going to form the basis of the prayer. The fact that she is challenging AIMP to be a platform for education. Somebody gave me a book or recommended a book recently. It's either called One Thing or whatever, but something about if you have to pick one thing, what would it be? And we had a case for education today. And I think very few can make a different case that will survive scrutiny if it's challenged by somebody like Professor Oby. I said Professor Minister Oby. You know, because she's
challenging all kinds of titles.
But you know, it's that passion. So what I would say is that, like, as AIMP, we have to commit to being part of the education solution. Now, for the people that are here, even if you are not a registered AIMP member, and I know Pastor Moses will be making a few announcements, please make sure we have your name down, and that we're going to work as a collective. We're going to work collectively to make an impact on education. That leads me to the last point before the prayer, which is, I'm glad Alero summarized what she did, because I was going to put the monkey on Alero's back to say, Alero is wearing two hats. One, she's genuinely, sincerely passionate about education. And you know, she's a woman of great stature. Alero is very humble, but if you know her, I don't think she's accomplished. You know, she's the one who does something is important to say, if this doesn't happen, Alero, you're going to say Alero was sleeping on that. Because either wearing your AIMP hat, or your Incubator Africa hat, or even your personal passion hat, you must not let this vision go. And I know you will. Because when I think about what we need to do living here, it needs to be organized. There's no one who can do it today. So we're just going to pray, and it's going to be a prayer of commitment. Each of us is going to commit to yourself, not even to me, not even to AIMP, not even to the minister, not even to Nigeria, but to yourself to say, Father, help me to be part of the solution. You know, and I hope that some of us, even all of us are spiritual people, all of us, not some of us, you know, some of us, not all of us are spiritual people, because I believe God will tell you your part in it. And then make sure you put your name down, and make sure that you act on what conviction you live here. Because I believe that we'll be hearing from here in the way forward.
So, that said, I think we should stand up and pray for a moment. God said that even if you are unfaithful, I will remain faithful because I cannot deny myself. I want us to thank God that this country is not written up. Even what you hear about our youth is a cause for thanksgiving. That a whole new shoot is springing up. That is saying, do not talk about the former days as if they are the glory days. That what lies ahead is greater than what was behind. Greater is the end of a matter than the beginning thereof. I want you to thank God because I believe with all my heart, that the kind of message we had today is a message of hope. Thank you for reminding us that oil is not what we need. What we need is education, human capital development. The one thing to focus on is human capital. If you develop the human capital, everything else will come. Therefore, one thing we ask of you today is to help us to develop human capital. Ask God to locate you within the solution. Like I said, here I am, send me. Father, help me to be part of the solution. God already told me what to do. As I was listening to Sister Oby, God was speaking to my heart, saying, this is the school to adopt. This is what you should do. I don't know what he's telling you, but I know what he's telling me. I will not leave a place like this as you know. God forbid. I cannot leave a gathering like this without taking an action of my own to say, this one thing I will do. I'm okay, and this is what I will do. As a response to the challenge that was thrown to us. I will not leave here and say, let them do it, those that are interested. No, I will do something. You will do. And it is all by His grace. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen. Father, we just want to say thank you. Father, I know you have not forgotten us, you have not forsaken us. Thank you for this gathering today. Thank you for the outpouring of people and support. There was just standing room only. I know there's a yearning in the audience, there's a hunger, there's a passion for a difference. People want to see a new Nigeria. And Father, by your grace, it shall come to pass in Jesus' name. Thank you for not passing us by. Father, even as we have prayed today, that we want to be part of the solution, please give us the enabling grace in Jesus' name. Amen. You have said, according to the measure of grace we have been given, we must act. Father, help us to act according to that measure of grace in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Father, as we organize to act together, please unite us. Amen. Please organize us. Amen. Even as we task and challenge our sister Alero, who I know is passionate about education. Father, give her the vision for what we ought to do. Amen. And Father, help us to listen to her when she speaks to us. Amen. Help us to have a cooperative heart, so that when she comes back to say, this is the way to